Okay, this is Jim, the Keys bartender. We're back.
We are back.
Well, it's live.
We're back and we're live.
Yes. And it's this live episode is called Effed Up Christmas. It's not Christmas is effed up, but
no, it's just
we're going to talk about some Christmas parties and things like that. And I'm going to talk to my fellow nerd here, Jenna.
Hi, I'm the nerd.
Yeah. And
fellow nerd.
Yeah, we're in Key Largo. It's close to as Christmassy as we can get here. We're trying to inflate the penguin over here.
Yep. Penguin, he's tipping over a little bit, but he had a little bit to drink, I think.
He's seen better days.
I think his legs.
Well, we're going to have a nice picture of him. He'll be on the cover of our show. Are there shows, movies that when you see the topic, your unique interest in, well, like what you're in and other people wouldn't be interested in? Yes. And I'm not talking about cheesy interest, the nerd in you.
The nerd in me?
That nerds you out. The things that you're like, when you see something, a topic, and you go, that's the thing I'm really most interested in. Because I have a point here, and but I get to yours because I saw something today, and it made me interested in it, or the day before, and I recorded it.
And then you nerded out.
Well, we'll talk about the results there. Well, I'll tell you mine. And you can think of yours. I won't put you on the spot.
No, I already know mine. Go ahead.
Oh, you do? That's yours.
Yeah. Well, anything that has to do with World War II era.
Cool.
That's completely me.
Like Dunkirk?
Absolutely. I saw it in
I'm
the
the
theater.
same fucking way there.
I'm in the theater. Anything that has to do with Pearl Harbor interests me because I just find that the whole thing was just a series of
Did you see Midway?
Absolutely.
You saw Midway already?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I think that it was portrayed more accurately than the movie Pearl Harbor. I'm holding in quotes.
Okay, but how about compared to the Midway, the movie before?
Well, the
70s, made in the 70s.
I don't know if I've actually seen that one in the 70s.
Okay. No, that's all right.
But anything that has a documentary that has anything to do with the Holocaust, the concentration camps, and like Schindler's List makes me nerd out like crazy. But
the Gray Zone.
But I speak
you
German,
saw the Gray Zone?
So I am able to help whoever else is watching it actually more accurately translate. Yeah. Because you just have people that are, telling you, oh, okay, well, this is what you should type in the subtitles. That's not actually what they're saying. They might say, oh, that looks like shit. No, what they're saying is this is absolute shit.
Yeah.
And it makes it more dramatic if you know exactly what they're saying. So I get that. That's I don't know. Anything that's World War II era is totally what I'm interested in because I just am absolutely.
Well, okay. Well, I think that's a big genre.
It is a huge genre.
Mine, I'm with you with that. I'm with you with anything. I mean, I was always a World War II geek about
History
that.
Channel, World War II in color. Anytime
we used to call that the Hitler Channel.
Well, yes, although it is very intriguing, not Hitler himself, but how he got to that point and how people let him get to that point.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's what I find really interesting, and that how all the destruction
from the beginning of when he was cultivated as a young political organizer, then he became a leader.
And even before that, if you look back into his childhood, that he hated Jews, but his mother was half Jewish. I mean, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
How there's a little bit of Freud that kind of picks up in there at the same time. Yeah. And I don't know, but that's my thing. Anything that has to do with World War II era. Totally.
Make a long story short, I'll tell you then my thing. Yeah. I saw something, and I go even deeper into history. Right?
Yes, you do.
And I'm not saying I'm neither better or worse, but I saw something and I said, oh, this looks kind of good. It was called The Professor and the Madman, and I knew about this story before because I actually made another movie about this before, but it was about the creation of the Oxford English Dictionary, the codification of the English language.
That's cool.
In the mid-18th, well, and that's my reaction, and the guy, a Scottish professor, and I forget the guy's name already. Could have been Morris or something like that. Morrison. And he's enlisted to create it by Oxford University. And they're like working, they don't want, from the get-go, they want to get him out. So many people want to get him out of it. And eventually he starts, Mel Gibson's character, Professor Morrison, he enlists the help of thousands of people around the world, English speakers that are very literate, to track down words and he'd give them like every year they'd be working on like the A's and this and that, and he put out the word for the words. They track down the origins of it and where it's used in literature and things like that, and reference to it, and to give as much description in the origins and do it. It was just a huge. I mean, the English language is huge, so it's just a huge undertaking. Well, the main guy that contributed to it, one of the biggest guys, was an American mental patient who resided in England for murder. He was in a prison for the criminally insane, and that was played by Sean Penn.
Oh my God!
Yes.
And what is this called?
The Professor and the Madman. Oh. He ends up murdering someone. He was a surgeon during the Civil War.
Okay.
And he went insane, and when I guess he came over to England, he killed some guy, and he ended up going for it. And the guy who headed the prison wanted to do his best to try to rehabilitate him. They know he could never come out, but they want to see if they could try to make him whole again. So everything is set to make a great movie. The original storyline, the Scottish professor, the guys from Oxford that want to get rid of him, and then he goes and gets all these submissions from this mental patient who's William. His first name's William. I forget his last name, but he's guy's obsessed, and he's making more kind of contributions to the Oxford English Dictionary than all the rest of them combined.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the guy was very prolific, but he was completely insane. And they go to his story, and like many things, holy shit, did they fail? They had everything. It was so good. It was leading up to it. It did, but then Mel Gibson, for once, didn't too overact. But Sean Penn, did he? He's either insane or I don't think he was acting.
No, you think
he's just so insane and go like this. This guy couldn't even form a sentence. Just made it so crazy.
Wow.
He went so crazy. You didn't have to play it that crazy. But the way they ended up, and they had a love interest in it. The guy's widow of the man he murdered. And he wanted to give his pension from the Union Army to her to raise her family because she's a widow and she has like 5-6 kids. And she eventually falls in love with him, and he feels guilt-ridden that he killed the guy, but also killed it, and then he eventually killed the guy in her heart, and he goes totally insane. I'm like, fucking, the movie was so...
How did he actually kill the guy? Like, what?
I didn't even see that part of the movie, I don't think.
Okay. See, now I have to watch it. Damn you.
No, you don't want to watch it.
I do want to watch it.
In the end, it was so unsatisfying. It was like going on a date with a super hot girl that doesn't really enjoy sex.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or a guy for you, Adonis, and go like this. Hey, I'm not really interested at all. You're not gonna get any satisfaction from it. Yeah, that was the whole thing. I saw this whole movie. It was a big letdown. It was such a fucking cock tease of a nerd movie. When I think it's going to be, they're going to go and then they're going to talk, and then they end up doing the tie-ups at the end. He says, so-and-so died in 1915, and the other guy, the crazy American, died in 1920. Yeah. And they finished the dictionary in like 1930s or something like that. They started it like 70 years before.
And
they were talking about doing it in 5 years. They're talking about doing it in 5 to 7 years. It took 70 years.
That's really cool though.
Mm-hmm.
And like the actual Oxford Dictionary.
No.
That
no,
big.
the actual Oxford Dictionary is like the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Right, like it's huge.
It's volumes and volumes.
Right, volumes and volumes.
That's the condensed one.
Oh.
You're talking about the condensed one, yeah. Yeah, there's so many. I mean,
fucking
when
English,
it comes to
though,
language,
really, like, why do you have to have 17 different words that mean the same thing?
Well, because of the colonial aspect to the English language. They were all over the world. So you have Latin, Greek, German, French, Italian, Spanish. Then you start getting the Far East, India. I mean,
Right.
all the places where they have colonies.
They might as well just
They
speak
started
Bakla.
adapting words.
They're covering all
So-
the bases.
So that's the least. I mean, it's just a fucking cock tease of a movie. And I said, "Oh, I wonder why I never heard of it." And at the end of the movie, I go, "I understand why I never heard of it. It sucked."
shoot.
And they didn't have that the Rotten Tomato rating and all that stuff.
yeah, that-
Every so often you see the Rotten Tomato rating. If it's 60 and above, it could be up to your interpretation. But when they don't have it, it's probably like
Okay, so not to jump back onto my World War II era thing, but anything like that has to do with D-Day through Market Garden through taking the Eagle's Nest is probably my favorite.
yeah. You
Transition
didn't say
of all of
anything
it.
about Pacific, though.
and
The Pacific, except Midway.
I know, but Band of Brothers.
Oh, that was awesome.
Band of Brothers.
You know, to
It's
release that right at the time of 9/11.
probably my absolute favorite series to watch, and they had so many things down to a point, and so many of those men were still alive
When they created it.
When they created it, yes,
and they interviewed them and all that stuff.
And
They
Dick
had
Winters
to.
passed away a few years ago, and it tells you how.
You know, his son
remarkable-
lived down. Supposedly, his son lived down here.
I believe
He was
you're
a
right.
boat captain.
But he was so just a remarkable human that even when he passed, and he had become so famous because of Band of Brothers and everything else, and the books and everything. I have the books. That he told his family that his last wishes were that when he passes, to not announce it to the public until his funeral was over.
Oh, so they could
Because he
have
did
the funeral
not
without.
want his family to be immediately affected by the media that surrounded it, and I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I don't, but I can jump off topic for a second. Dead Poet Society is another one of my absolute favorite movies.
Was that a true story?
Dead Poet Society? I don't believe so, but
I'm not saying. I mean, as a history nerd, so
right. But it's very
the genre then.
the
so
genre of that.
What would that genre be?
It would be.
A coming of age.
I
Coming
would,
of age.
I would
maybe?
think so, coming of age, but it also was very segregated. There was a ton of these young kids are trying to make friends with other people and of different backgrounds and different ethnicities and
Really? I didn't know that movie was about that. I never was. That wasn't the genre movie that I was really into.
I thought it was crazy because there was a lot of parts in it where these kids were just trying to be kids and they were trying to just be nice to everyone else. But because of how their families raised them, they were told to be mean to other people or judge them or be rude to them. Yeah. And that's the part of I would say mostly the 40s and 50s that really pissed me off, because it was coming into the 60s and 70s is where people were like, you know what, let's just love everybody. Let's just be nice to everybody. And I'm no hippie for, but it was these people just wanted to be
What's
friends.
wrong with being a fucking hippie?
The reason I say that is because it's not I'm oh, make love, not war, and I'm not, smoking pot and laying in a field and going to friggin' whatever, Woodstock. I'm too young for that.
I'm too young for that.
Right, but
I mean, I was 8 years old when it came out.
yeah, there you go.
Or six.
But
69, 71.
My
when
mom
was it?
was I think probably a hippie as much as you can be for being a belly dancing hippie, but
No, that's a
kind of,
hippie. You can be a belly dancer.
kind of free love-ish, whatever.
Did you see that there was a movie? Okay, well, we're not a movie show, but we can talk about
Right.
movies because you know what? In a fucking bar,
Yeah.
you don't.
You can
well,
talk
I
about
have to
whatever
say
you want
1/3 of the time we talk about fucking movies.
Right.
That's what we do. We don't dissect them.
And my other favorite movie of all
Hey,
time,
wait,
even
talking
though
about a movie?
I hate the end of it. I have to one more
What?
movie, The Abyss.
I love The Abyss.
I love The Abyss, but I hate the end of it.
Okay, there's a World War II movie. I'm going to ask your opinion. I'm going to tell you my opinion, and then you're going to see if you're going to. It was a Miracle of Santa Ana. Spike Lee did this one. A black unit goes behind the line in Italy, and they have a racist commanding officer, and they get caught behind enemy lines. They get caught in a village that is going to be taking the brunt of a German attack. And it was so good that Spike Lee gets almost all of it until the fucking end of the movie. And he does one of these things where he ties it up at the end. And I go, oh, it was such a brilliant movie. And they had a guy give a speech at the end of it and all that stuff. I said, oh, but Black Klansman, he did right.
Okay.
Black Klansman, he did right with the guy in Colorado. I think it's Colorado. Black guy joins the Klan on over the phone, and he sends Adam Driver, the big guy, Kylo Ren from Star Wars, to join.
Oh yeah.
He did that brilliant. It was brilliant. Spike Lee's back. But the Miracle of Santa Ana, oh my God. I mean, the guy's a genius, but he's kind of like one of these guys. He's kind of, I relate to him because you could get almost there and
he couldn't quite wrap it up tight.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he had to go back to his roots at the end of it. Do the right thing. He did the right thing for that movie. That movie worked, but he didn't have to do. He could have done it at the end because it was all about like social justice and equality and stuff like that. I'm talking about the style of the movie, not the message of the movie.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The style of the movie. There's a moment in it, and there's a German officer who realizes that these guys he's fighting against. The German officer realizes he's one of the Germans that isn't one of those guys that think anybody not like him is, he's not a supremacist or Aryan purity guy and stuff like that.
Right.
And he hands the gun to one of the surviving members, and he goes like to one of the black guys. And he goes, defend yourself. He hands the gun to him. Because he just felt so bad for these guys.
Yeah, like
and not pity, almost like he knew
a human to human.
He knew how hard they fought and all that stuff at the end, and he respected them. And that scene was so strong, and he didn't really. That's Tommy. No, he's not coming in front.
No, well, there is no front. We have side and side.
Tommy said he was going to be here like 16
minutes ago. I know. He's slowpoke. We can text him. We'll bug him.
Yeah, it's just like it's called New Jersey time.
Right. Oh, no, there he is. There he is.
It's fucking New Jersey time. He shows up.
Yeah, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say it right.
Yeah, there's that Mongoloid.
New Jersey.
We're live, Tommy.
We are live, Tommy.
Yeah, there's this is Tommy from New Jersey.
It's 10 o'clock, Tommy, but it's actually only 8:17, Tommy. So I think you're good. Yeah, you're here.
No, you're good.
Tom, I want you to introduce yourself.
I
want to talk to you. I didn't call you. Come on, get on there. No, you do need a microphone if you're going to be heard.
Yeah, hold this right by your face.
Tommy,
close to your face. It's a dynamic mic.
Yeah,
close to your face.
We met years ago. I think when I first came down here, within the first year I started.
Can I get a Bluetooth microphone?
You know what? That is a Bluetooth, but it happens to be hardwired. Okay. Tom, no, does not work.
I know. He's like, I just want that thing that pops into my ear and I can talk to it all day long.
Yeah. Tom, tell people a little about yourself. What do you do down here?
I sell drugs.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Well, he just said,
what do you do down here,
He just
Tom?
went through question number 10.
You're a roofing contractor down here.
No, I'm not. I'm a painter.
Okay. Oh, you don't want to say any of that stuff?
No, I'm a painter.
Okay, you're a painter.
He paints.
Paint houses.
He paints.
Well, he paints murals on houses. Like, like you drive by those houses.
Do you
Did on the trains and the subway.
like in New York and stuff like that? Like
right, yeah.
Cesar Chavez and all that stuff?
Ted Nugent.
Yeah, Cesar Chavez and Fidel Castro on the side.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Tommy, well, we call Tommy, we call him 10 o'clock Tommy because the bar closes at, I normally work in a restaurant. We're not a late night place. We would hey, listen, we have nothing against being a late night place. But the only problem is there's only 2 fucking people left at the end of the night. That's not a late night place. And Tommy comes, he's bebopping, and he bebops. You bebop when you come in.
Listen, I got to take a nap when I come home from
I know. He always says I'm a
gonna
fucking.
come out
First of all, I'll tell you these things.
quarter to
He comes
10.
walking in there. I got to get up early in the morning, and he's the last person there. And he's got to be up at 4:30 in the morning. He's up fucking early in the morning.
Look at this. We've already answered like a bunch of the questions on our, our hot sheet from earlier.
We can't answer. We can't ask Tommy.
No, I know, but he already got his nickname. He's 10 o'clock Tommy.
10 o'clock Tommy.
Right?
Comes walking in.
What else you want to talk about tonight? You want to talk about the stupid people that visit the Florida Keys that walk across the intersections and don't stop on their bicycles or walking for the car and they expect you to stop?
He sounds like us.
You sound like us. We don't do that all the time. We actually try to invite people down here and stuff like that. So
we don't want them kind of people here because they're going to go to the hospital or put somebody in jail because they're not stopping. It should be a four-way stop.
At every yellow.
No, at every intersection that you stop where the stop signs are. Yeah.
That should be a yield.
People just keep riding across on their bicycle, and they expect you to stop. Or what about if you're on the highway trying to get onto your street, and there's somebody coming up on you at
and there's
70,
there's
you're still going.
a dump truck coming up on your ass at 60 miles an hour.
What do you do?
I
say take the person out.
I say wait, go down and
I think you get
make a
points for
turn.
Only if you don't get blood on the windshield.
I say, okay, Tommy, I'm going to make a call for this one. Don't run the person over. Go a little further down, make a U-turn, and come back.
What about if it's too late? What about if the truck pushes me into him? Then I hit the tree and I'm dead.
You
so
shouldn't have slowed down. I'm saying that the truck's coming to you and you see the car, you keep on going. You can't. Well, it's done. It's done.
Well, this isn't MIA where I got a air traffic controller going, hey, dude, come down, take it down to 14 miles an hour. Let the little bike pass.
You know what that's called, Tom? That's called your brain.
No, it's not.
It's called your fucking frontal lobe.
I lost.
And we had a guy last night. You should have been in last night, Tommy.
Oh, you would have loved it. Last night, martini night.
We had a martini night. We had a fucking character, and you would appreciate it.
We had a character.
Tommy never
there.
gets like that. Tommy's not in that. He's not in that character thing. We've all been there. Tommy doesn't seem to get there.
Okay, I fucked
Tommy,
with
you
this
don't
guy
fucking
hardcore, though.
He's throwing me out.
I don't throw you out. Get that mic next to your mouth.
I've been here 45 minutes.
Hey,
The other night I got there at 5 to 10. They were like, I sat down, got all comfortable.
And
you
they're
gotta
like,
go. I was like, what do you mean you got to go? We're closed. Well, why do you put a sign on the door?
why does it say open?
It is closed. Once you come in the thing, we put a sign on the door closed.
Lock me in. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. You remember that movie? Put that mic up to you, man. Remember Bronx Tale?
Yep. Hello, Joe. I remember it.
Remember? Remember the scene when you come in? Goes, listen, we asked you to leave.
We asked you
And you didn't?
And you didn't. Now you're not going to leave.
No. Now you can't leave.
You can't leave.
Yeah. But that's not going to happen there. Hey.
We're not going to do that over at the Catch.
Not if I'm not there.
No.
Not if I'm not there. What are you going to? Well, I don't know. I don't know Paige. I don't know Paige and Kathy. Maybe they're pretty badass. They're pretty. Anybody else? I think they're all pissing. None of those people would do it. But yeah, we had a guy last night. We had Martini Monday thing.
We did.
We had one of our guys. You really appreciate it.
Well, this guy.
Wait, the jerk off that was ordering to go food?
No.
Did you hear that one?
No, I didn't hear that one. You can tell me that one first. Then I'm going to tell you about your new best friend that I sat right next to.
Guy came in, ordered a drink. He said, I'm going to order some to-go food. Okay. And I walked down and you've seen how busy it was. It was still in the middle of martini night. The guy goes, okay, I'm ready to order, blah, blah. I said, hey, hold on a moment. I'll be back. I guess he was a little offended by that. But I had 6 drinks to make and for 6 different people, not on the same bill. So I had to go and do it and then got to track them. So the guy goes, and I come back to him and I start telling him, he goes, I want a Philly with fries. And he goes, I want extra cheese and extra meat. I go, would you like fries? He goes, don't interrupt me. Do you know how a Philly's made? And the guy sitting next to him is Bruce. He's from Wisconsin. He knows I'm from Philadelphia. And he starts looking at it and he goes, do you know he's from Philadelphia? You're asking the guy from Philadelphia, he knows where Philly. And the guy goes, I don't want any fries. I said, well, would you like some coleslaw, potato salad, cucumber? Don't waste my time. I live right down the street. And I lived here for years. I'm like, I've never fucking seen you over here. I've never said shit. I'm talking, it was the middle of a busy night, so I couldn't really go and spend the extra attention I really wanted to spend with that guy, because I was willing. I was willing to pay for the whole bill in order to say, get the fuck out of here and never come through the fucking door again. But I had 8 other people wanting to check out at the same time. And I'm like, oh, you motherfucker, you came in at a busy time. I can't deal with you at this time.
You're allowed to curse on here?
Yes.
Oh, we can say whatever.
We're
Okay, come on. Oh,
no,
listen,
we're labeled as
Did Howard Stern?
well.
Oh, wait. Cunt, pussy, dick.
Yeah.
Asshole. Douchebag.
Motherfucker. Yeah. No. It's
Cocksucker.
Cocksucker, motherfucker.
Cocksucker, dickbag.
Yeah. Yeah. Douche
Ass
canoe.
licker. Cum lover.
Yeah, we're labeled as explicit.
Junkie.
Cum junkie, yeah.
Or
You say
dumpster.
all that.
You do a cum dumpster.
Yeah. Taint liquor. I'm trying to think of all this stuff.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it now.
yeah.
He gets it. Yeah.
Cunt bag.
Who's listening to us right now? Can we have some callers call in?
Yeah, we can, but I'm not listening. I'm not listening to it. All we have to do.
Take some calls.
You want to take a call? You want to go to the phones? We're going to the phones right now. We're Philadelphia. McGeehan's at Cottage. Yeah, shout out to McGeehan's and McGillen's, the oldest bar. And,
in Philly.
And McGeehan's is celebrating its 90th anniversary. My old bar in Philadelphia. You would have been at home in there. I should take you in there. Take you and Damien in there. You'd fit right in. You wouldn't have to do anything. You would not have to do anything, Tommy. You wouldn't have to say shit. No, you could say whatever you want. No, anything you would say would not.
I used to go to a little bar in
would not be held in
a little bar
what?
called Larry's in Trenton.
Oh, Larry's?
Larry's in Trenton.
Yeah. Right in the downtown area. I used to work at
right in the shit,
Cahill's.
Yep.
No, it wasn't shit. It was a little oily.
No, it's not. Larry's is not.
It's in the Italian section.
Right in the shithole.
Well, you like hitting the shithole, don't you?
Trenton's a shithole, so.
Not anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I just stole shithole. I stole shithole. I got like this. I was going to say, oh my God, there's a Renaissance in Trenton. It's great. It's full of art studios, coffee houses. I mean,
I love Tommy's response. What, did they give it a bath?
Give it a bath, yeah. Yeah.
Don't get caught in Trenton when the sun goes down.
I used to go there at nighttime all the time, man. I never really back in the 80s, late 80s. Remember, Tommy, going there? Yep. I met a really nice Italian girl one time. I took her to her house. And I'm out on the couch with her, and she goes, we're having a good time and stuff like that. She goes, my parents might be going home. So her father came home. He was like 6'6", 320 pounds. We were under Afghan. I don't even know if I'm not going to go into details. But, holy shit, I should be dead. I was all like 190 pounds.
Right. You were all 190 pounds?
All 190 pounds. That's it. Skinny, tall motherfucker. So.
Okay, so we need to talk about your special guest.
Douchebag?
At the catch last night.
Last night we had a special guest from Chicago. We had, we just want to mention. No, we're not. Wait. Earlier in the evening, it was Chicago. Ruth, Terry, Ron, and Coach. They came in late. They came in at your time, Tiki Tom time. They came in. They came into town at 8:30, and they went out. They just went in the hotel, dropped their shit off, went out to eat. They went to 4 restaurants. Each one fucking closed on them. Now, I know one of them wasn't the place that your lady works at or manages, but she went to places around 104. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to say shit about them because they may want to be sponsors. But they may want to be sponsors, but they go in there and they go get something to eat. And supposedly it's supposed to be open till 10. They said, no, kitchen's closed. Kitchen's closed. You know, it's like, it was fucking like that shit in the 50s if you were a black basketball team and trying to get some food in the South.
Goodness. Well,
No,
at least
these
they didn't
are
put acid
people
in your
trying
pool.
to get. Yeah, and then finally someone said they ended up at the. They went to the Caribbean Club. They looked busy, and they turned out they didn't have food. They had a drink there, and they said, "No, go down to the Cats. They'll be open." And they came down, and we opened. And we're so nice. You know, they were thanking us left and right. But earlier in the day, are you talking about
I was talking about your best
asshole
friend.
number one
I was talking about your best friend.
or asshole number two?
Well, I don't know, but you labeled him one
Yeah.
or two. Your
Who
best
knows
friend.
me great.
You know, it's hilarious. I sat next to this gentleman at the bar when I was having my gym martini night,
Yeah.
and he just kept like nudging me and telling me how close he was to Jim, and that they're just such good friends, and that Jim is the best bartender in the history of time. And I
Oh, you always wanted a
Right.
you wanted a peppermint.
yeah.
Peppermint
And then he
candy cane. Candy cane martini.
Candy cane. So he was like,
was candy cane.
I think that Jim should make all Christmas martinis. And so he was like, I want a candy cane martini, and I think he should make a gingerbread martini. I said, well, while you're at it, why don't you have him make you an apple cinnamon martini if he's the best bartender in the
I
world?
could have done that.
He probably could have.
No, I had an apple vodka and I
Yeah.
put a little fireball
Yeah.
in it. And
But
get fucked
So
up,
I just-
man.
it
That's
just
whiskey.
died.
And
I just-
stick it in some vodka and give it to
Oh, I just egged this guy on. I just
I
kept
did. I
egging
had
on.
peppermint liqueur.
No, I mean the whole candy cane. Just stick it in the vodka.
Oh, I would take a candy cane, but
it, stick
I would
it,
I would
stick
stick it someplace, but it wouldn't be in a martini,
It's
Tommy.
cooler.
So
In a
then,
cooter, yeah.
this guy keeps going on and on about how him and Jim are just so close. He's my friend. He's the best bartender ever. And you don't know. I said, really? Because I'm the co-host of his podcast, and when Jim is here, I'm his bartender. And
We hang out.
And I smiled at him nicely.
No, but then at the end, he comes in later on after you left. I'm ready to use the restroom, and he comes out, and he gives that kind of glazed, cross-eyed,
Oh,
fucking drunk ass.
Yeah,
thing.
this guy was
I have our
fucked up.
dialogue written down here.
yeah. Oh, fabulous.
hear our dialogue?
I do. I want to hear the dialogue.
Oh, I got it written down here, and I'm not going to say his name, but he probably won't remember. Where the hell did I write this then? I have a really good dialogue written.
His diary's too thick.
It is. Holy shit, where is it?
We
Did
should
I write it in my black book?
We should just.
Oh,
Churn.
here we go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Here we go. He came out and he gave.
Trying to cut back on that.
He's doing that glazed crossover, stumbled, too drunk, two drinks away from blackout.
Okay.
He.
Yeah, it's no good.
I'll have another one. Me. Another what? And he goes, what I'm drinking. Pointing at the drink.
The glass. Yeah.
And I go, do you remember the drink that you're drinking? And he goes, and then there's a fucking long pause. He looks at the people left and right of him that are gone now. Okay, I'm turning left and right like he would.
Right.
There's no one there to confirm, to inform him of the drink that he was drinking. And then I go, I regret, and the exact words, because I wrote this down last night. I regret to inform you of the death of your frontal lobe. And he goes, what? You're intoxicated. He goes, but I'm walking. And I go, what? That's good. This is the accurate thing. You could die walking. People die walking all the time. They walk off the cliffs. They walk into cars. They do all this shit. They die walking down here all the time. And then he goes, I'm walking, please. And I go, I'm sorry. And then here's my aside. I'm really not sorry because you're being an asshole. Take it from this asshole. I'm pointing at myself. And then I go back to the thing. I feel it would be wrong to serve you. And he goes,
No.
That's it. That's the fucking end of it.
And then he left.
No. He paid and he gives me money and I give him the change. He goes, are you serious? Like I'm supposed to know that he wants me to keep the change? But he has that glazed over look. I've done this before. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm self-aware. I am self-aware. I've done the same shit. I realize that. On the other side, now I'm commenting on it. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I realized you guys had to. Realized, and if my friends, I think my friends from McGee's are probably listening.
Oh,
They probably dealt with me that way.
hi Heather.
I don't think they'd stop me. But I mean, there's this look you get when you had too much to drink, and you're holding it together, really holding it together hard, and you're going, "Oh, I'll have another one," and you look at them, and your eyes kind of go. You see that?
Yeah.
And you're like,
So Jim just kind
and
of
it's like a bobbly head,
spaced off.
cross-eyed. You bobble your head
Down to the
cross-eyed, and
left. Right.
and you fucking pull it together for one last minute. And that's why it works for fucking Christmas parties. The time of Christmas parties. We're in the season when that shit happens.
Oh my God.
Open bars. As much booze as you want to have to drink. Think about it. The worst parties you've been to. The worst or best parties you've been to.
Where everybody just gets hammed for free.
Yeah.
That's why I don't attend them.
Well, I have several to go to. Tom, you do too, probably.
Free
Tyler.
liquor?
Yeah.
I'm going. I didn't get invited to any of those. I didn't know how much I drink.
You're going. You don't. You're reasonable. Tommy, you're reasonable.
All bets are off.
Tommy's reasonable. He never overindulges. He doesn't.
I did go to a party at the Old Tavernier one time, and they made me buy my own Miller Lite.
What? Really?
They were like, "You're not part of this."
You
don't
went to
get
their
the free-
Christmas party,
Morgan Insurance Company.
and they made you
When
buy.
Rob owned it, yeah. He was being a douchebag. He was mad at me for something. So when I went to the party,
Rob?
Yeah.
Rob
He
Morgan.
he told him not to put any Miller Lite out because I drank it. It's like, okay, no problem. So I drank espresso martinis and made the bill up even higher.
Oh, that's great. Sound like Ray Liotta.
I was
I
That's what we
know.
told the motherfucker.
I know.
Bro, he
I
laughs
was
like
going
Ray
to, like, 5 or
Liotta
6
in
5
Field
or
of
6 at a
Dreams.
time.
Maybe he's from Trenton.
Rob,
No, I'm from Queens.
You're from Queens?
he's the king of Queens.
That's
he's the
awesome.
queen of Queens.
He's the queen of
Yeah,
Queens.
he's queen of Queens.
King of Queens. That's awesome.
I'm gonna tell you, I did a party in Philadelphia. My buddy Ed and I had a loft, and we used to do Christmas Eve parties. We get the big loft we had.
I remember this one.
We had a 20 foot
some foot Christmas
tree. We
Yep.
tied it off to the drain pipe and all that stuff, and it was just and we get we get 2 kegs, a case or 2 of liquor, and we just invite. We go to put the invites out to 2 bars and some of our friends, and ended up having like 200 fucking people. I didn't even know where the fuck they would park. No idea. It was a loft apartment, but they didn't have that many spaces. And then we were very trusting at that time because I remember not remembering anything after 1 o'clock. I remember 1 o'clock, and I remember waking up in the morning, looking over to, if I'm laying in bed, I'm looking over to my right, and I look over and I see my coworker, a woman
Naked.
who's married,
Naked.
and I go, oh my God, and I turn around and go like this, it's Christmas Day.
Were her feet at the headboard or...
No. Well, let me explain the whole thing. I just see, that's what I see. Because you wake up, your brain's still waking up and stuff, you're fucking intoxicated. And it turns out it's a girl I was dating who wasn't, they looked similar. And my brain just, I'm used to seeing the coworker. And that's who I saw. And my coworker had told me she had came to my party because she had an argument with her husband and that she wanted to go to a party and he wasn't ready to go out. And she goes, well, I'm going to this party. And I'm like, fuck. And that's all I thought was she was in bed with me.
But it was
She
actually
was
the girl
close,
you were
and she
dating.
was even close because I was so drunk, nothing was going to happen.
Right.
Trust me.
Oh, whiskey dick.
Whiskey.
Right.
Well, nothing was
That's
going
what
to
it's-
happen
right.
either. My clothes was on, so
Right. Your clothes was on. They was on.
Could have put
they
them
were
back
on. They were on. Was on. Whizzing.
Sorry.
Whizzing.
This is why you keep me
whizzing,
around.
whizzing. Yeah, yeah.
The walking backer, you could have done it with the clothes on.
Yeah.
Well, it's safe sex.
Yeah.
You know, no sperm skin.
No wet spots.
No.
No cream in your jeans.
The wet spot would have been urine, I think. But yeah, the girl was the girl I was seeing who didn't go to the family's house that day, who ended up subsequently not being my girlfriend at that time. But we only saw each other for a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah. That's short term.
I think I didn't even take over. So I had an extra Christmas gift. Yeah. I mean, it was so fucked up from the night before. You know, it's such a bad party that I would start coming through it at like 2 o'clock. Had to drop off whatever leftovers were at my apartment, people, drop them off at their places, and get to my house for Christmas dinner, my grandmother's house, that I couldn't get to her house. And that means that, but it didn't fucking matter. Yeah. She was one of those Irish girls. Her brother was in a pretend Irish band, meaning he had an Irish accent, but was born in Philadelphia. And he was singing about the British Army.
Yeah. One of those fugazis.
Yeah,
he's
speaking Gaelic and shit, but he was born in
but born in Philly. And they were talking about the British Army pumping bullets into babies and all that stuff. And I go, "Oh, are you kidding me?" And they go like this. So I didn't get to the party. And I go, well, there'll be another one. I mean, how far along is Valentine's Day?
Right.
So that was my Christmas party thing.
That's awesome.
No, what was your best Christmas party you ever threw? You had to throw.
You know what? I remember how I told you about number, what it was at 9 on the list, what people don't know about me. Huge recluse.
You never did a Christmas party?
I don't. And in fact, my company Christmas parties, but I'm in upper management, so I'm real careful about who I associate with outside of work. When my company has their Christmas parties, I do not attend.
That's fucked up about company Christmas party. That's got to be the most exposed time that you are as a company.
I will tell you that I hear about it. I hear about all the shit that all my staff does, all the fucked up, crazy decisions they make, who got drunk, who hit who was screwing around on somebody else's. I don't want to be a part of it. So last year, for the Christmas party, and you probably don't remember. Remember when I had my big yacht here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I cut the hole in the counter for the sink in the yacht the night of the Christmas party. Well, Damon, Papa, and Ty all went to the Christmas party, but I stayed home and I cut a hole in the. That's what I did. I'm a woodworker.
I mean, if you think about it, you have your whole career. You have your career, the thing you make your money that you live.
Yeah.
And then they throw a party and you do shit that could put your employment in jeopardy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had a girlfriend of one of the mechanics get so drunk, and mind you, I wasn't even there. I heard about this every single day for the next few weeks.
Let's hear.
She got so wasted at this Christmas party that they had to carry her out to his truck with her tits falling out of the side of her dress. You know her. I'll tell you later.
Oh, yeah, no. I know.
Right. And thank you for not saying it. And embarrassing because the wife of the sales manager was the one that had to put her boobs back. I mean, just ridiculous. So put her boobs back, like shove them back underneath the dress straps where they belong. I just don't participate. I go there.
If I remember directly, there wasn't a lot to put back.
You're absolutely correct, but they were still out there. And it's yeah, she took out your mailbox, by the way. Anyway,
I want money for
that. It's so being in upper management, and I'm the only female.
That's a low payment.
I'm the only female, also in upper management. I'm not gonna, I just don't participate.
Hey, Tommy, how about you, Tommy?
So yeah, tell us about your Christmas parties.
Up Christmas party thing.
Go there.
See what I'm saying? You got to be real, like.
I'll tell you about my.
I can tell you about this girl I was dating one time on Christmas when I was going to her house, and then I got to her driveway, I backed out, and on the way home I was throwing all the Christmas presents out the window.
Wait.
That was that.
Wait,
whoa. You got to her house and you were like,
where were you going to her house?
Yes,
she left.
I turned right in the driveway.
Wait, did you're like yada yada yada? I threw it.
I didn't do any yada yada yada.
No, what I mean is,
this is awesome.
That was it?
I just want to break up with her. I just didn't feel like fucking dealing.
You threw all Christmas presents out?
I was throwing the Christmas presents
Why don't you just take them back?
Her and her kids out the windows. of the car. There was shit coming out of my windows of my fucking.
You're like the fucking Grinch,
I
man.
am the fucking Grinch.
Oh my motherfucker, man. That's good, Tommy. He's still a good guy.
I didn't even feel bad when she called me 40 times wondering where I was at. I went straight to another girl's house. Merry Christmas.
Oh, man.
Christmas miracle.
Wow.
Out to see somebody else to grab.
Yeah, I'll take one. Yeah, that's great.
I went to a hotter girl's house with no kids.
Do you mean Guy?
No.
Oh,
I'm not bi-curious.
You paused a little.
I'm not bi-curious.
You paused a little on that one.
I'm not bi-curious. I was in high school like 4 times.
Cupping the balls.
Then I got to college.
Okay. You never got to college.
I
Reach
never went
around.
to
I think it was
college.
called a reach around back
I
then.
went to painting camp.
I did. The Christmas.
It was all painters.
I'm dying.
When
right
I was
now.
in
This is
catering,
awesome.
our Christmas parties, a couple times our Christmas parties used to end at like 6:30 in the morning. Fucking 6:30 in the morning. Started at 9:30 at night and at 6:30 in the morning. And you know what? I never thought I'd ever attend a party like that again. No, until I went to that wedding this summer, and I won't refer to that anymore. But the wedding, the Polish wedding.
Yeah.
The Polish wedding was the most damaging affair I ever did to my body. Yeah, a Polex. You said Polex?
You know, I will tell you that the last time I stayed up all night was about 6 weeks ago. And that was just because of FG, fucking grandma.
She kept on the phone.
She just kept me on the phone. And we just chatted away all night long.
You have a beer?
And it was, you know what was funny is by 8 a.m., I had been just kind of sipping on beer all night long.
Did you have to work the next day?
No, thank goodness. But we had plans the next day. So I went in the house. I finally crawled up the stairs. Not crawled, I walked.
Yeah, I know.
But I walked upstairs. It was like 8 in the morning, and Tyler was like, "Oh, it's time to go see the girls at the crib, at church," in quotes. And I was like, "Oh, I don't want to." Nope, I got no sleep. He drug my ass over there in the freaking choppy water. We went to the crib by boat, hung out with the girls, and sat in front of the fireplace because it was so cold. And then I think he finally let me come home at like noon or 1 o'clock and take a nap. And then Matthew, he was lonesome and working on his brother's truck all by himself. So he kept me on the phone for another 2 hours. Finally got to take a nap. And Ty got home drunky pants at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, that was the last episode I posted was Mr.
Mr. Drunky Pants, yeah. So that's when he came home and like woke me back up to pick on me. He was like poking, you know how they are. Like, oh, get up. Hey.
Okay.
Like,
Well, no, all the parties we talked about. I mean, the parties we talked about. And you know what? Sometimes I think one of our I'll do an episode of, I'm going to have Pat McGean or somebody from McGean's that was at one of my parties give a blow by blow. And I don't mean that blowing. I don't mean none of that. I mean about the party.
I didn't. I will show him the turkey video after.
So no, but we'll give of one of the that I have proof. I have proof there's people that exist that have been to the party and they'll tell you all about the shit that went on.
Ugh.
And and there's half the shit I haven't even talked about. But we'll be able to talk about that. Oh,
He smokes like crazy.
yeah. You don't smoke, do you, Tommy? Cigarettes? No. Okay.
No.
Okay. No. So serious. Like I have a retard. The girl, one of the guests from our show last week got upset when I said, "Why did you say retard?" I said, "I didn't say retard the way
Other people say retard?
Well, I'm not talking about a retard.
I mean, like, to retard means to just slow something. It's part of the Oxford.
I'm not saying Tommy. If Tommy.
I mean,
Tommy says that a lot of people down here have a little touch of downs with him.
But
he just said that.
A lot of people down here have touch of downs.
But you know what?
Let's not get carried away here.
That's not even actually, though. But Downs is actually a chromosomal displacement. That is not a
what do I call him? Keys credit? What the fuck is wrong? What do I talk funny?
Oh, yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Do you understand what the words that are coming out of her mouth?
I love it.
Oh,
my
see?
God.
See, Tommy.
See? This is awesome.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
Yep, it was meant to be. I love his.
This Mongoloid was
I
supposed
love
to come
his
over
accent.
here.
You know what he reminds me of is
Most of the
Roberto.
kids down here have fucking 2 pinky toes.
Two pinky toes. One of my accountants at work, an older lady, but she's actually born and raised in New York and didn't move to Miami until she was in her 30s.
Decrepit.
And no, she's actually very, very healthy older lady.
Lesbian.
But no, but she
great knockers.
she talks a lot like Tommy. Like her accent's really similar.
What
but
are you trying to say?
But she's just a
Oh, you're
bitch.
feminine.
I don't have an
No.
accent.
You got an accent.
Yeah, of course you don't have an accent. But she's just a
about it.
bitch,
I don't have
right?
any accent.
Like
What accent are you from, Tommy?
if I count out $30,000 and I have to put it all in the safe, if I don't put every single dollar in the straight order, right? She just fucking loses her mind on me. Her
faces? You got faces?
Oh my God. Her 68-year-old ass is like, how do I know? How do I know if you counted if you didn't face them? And she just fucking goes ape shit on me. And so I always use it as this thing. I'm like, watch out, she's gonna.
You know when you're
New York
facing
on
when
you.
you're facing when you're facing a bill.
She has the same accent though. She sounds like you.
When you're facing a bill, you can lose
Which
count.
She does, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
when you're facing a bill, you can lose count. You go 69, then 70.
Well, maybe she needs
Yeah.
to do a
And of course
68.
you have to start. Why do you start at 69?
69 is my favorite number. I always started there.
I like a 68.
Yeah,
Blow me
68
out
is good. And then and some guy sticking a tongue up his butt, right? Tommy.
I'm dying.
Oh, how many guys have you told that to?
Okay, right.
I don't know.
But still.
All right,
What-
joke of the day. Joke of the day.
Okay, let's hear it.
As he's swinging his microphone around.
Okay, let's hear it.
Come on.
Pausing.
He's thinking of it. 'cause
He's
his
trying to
mouth
think
is
about it.
moving. He's trying to repeat
You
it.
can see
right
that the little electrical.
There's
things
like this,
going
there's like
inside his
this,
head.
Keep it clean. Why did the tomato cross the road?
You wanted to catch up.
Get a head of lettuce.
Oh, that's good.
I got a better one for you.
What?
Why do Jewish people
No. Anti. Why do?
get the quarterback?
Why do Jewish people what?
love football.
Love football. Get the quarterback.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
Very good.
Heinrich Himmler. Okay, well, so we. Okay.
I got a better.
Well, we're not
Really good one?
going to get it from the
Why is
Anti-Defamation
Italy
League.
shaped like a boot?
What?
Why is Italy shaped like a boot?
Why?
You can't fit that much shit in a sneaker.
Why would you say that about Italy, man? Well, okay, you know what? The Italian guy that just said a whole lot of shit about Italy.
It would be nice if Papa was here right now because I'm sure he would have a bunch of more.
No, he would.
Italian
He
jokes.
actually would have enjoyed this.
Yes.
He would have really enjoyed.
He really
this.
would have.
Yeah, and he's Italian too, so
Yep.
he would have really enjoyed that.
Okay.
Tommy, you were excellent having here, no matter how late you
I'll
arrived.
come back sometime.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
because
gotta
it's,
go,
it's really far.
We got to
you know,
go. We
to
got
walk
to. Yeah,
across the
he's
street.
across the street. About.
Here in Central
Yeah,
Key Largo.
30
look
yards.
at he's looking at his watch to see if it's 10 o'clock yet.
Key Largo, North Key Largo.
No, Central.
Central.
Central. We're
North
Central Key
is,
Largo.
Where the men are men
Ocean
and
Reef.
the men are scared.
Yep. Yes, that is correct.
If we were North Key Largo, we'd be at the reef, and I'd be scared to be up there,
Roads.
right? I mean, come on, Rut Row, that's where Epstein hangs out, dude. Like, or
Juan
hung out.
Epstein?
Oh, love it.
Welcome back, Connor.
Juan could make it into work today because
His mother. I don't
Juan
know.
Epstein signed Juan Epstein's mother.
Juan Epstein's mother.
Yeah. That's fucking old people shit.
Not really. I'm not old.
No, I'm old. What the fuck? What do you mean? We're old. We're old. Well, how old are you, Tommy?
42.
Fuck you. You're not 42. Your underwear is older than that.
Holy macaroni. No, I wear my underwears 5 days.
My underwears.
In a row.
Did you hear
I
him?
wear my drawers
I
5
wear-
days.
I wear my
flip 'em.
underwears.
I flip them over.
I wear my underwears
One day this
5
way,
days.
one day that way, one day this way.
Key Largo, man. It's like fucking being in the north. We're so far fucking south. That's the thing.
Right?
I don't have any money.
What?
I can't afford new draws.
What the fuck?
Fuck it.
No, you're not selling enough drugs.
Well, meth I snort.
Okay, well, we're coming on an hour.
I'm
of that live
sure
show.
we are. We
Yeah.
probably need to.
Going on break.
Yeah, we're going to break for at least 144
week.
hours. We're going to break for 144 hours right now, Tommy. Yeah, I'd like to thank Tommy for being here.
That's awesome. I'm just dying.
I did it. I did the math. I did it.
You know, you
I
were
did it. I
pretty
do
close.
it all right. I almost
well,
there.
yeah, I mean, 144.
45, 46.
Yeah.
45 and a half hours.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hey.
I like
What was
talking.
it?
I like being on the radio.
You do?
Stern. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
All we need
radio,
is Baba
man.
Booey
It's not a
here,
radio.
Jackie the Joke
It's not the
Man.
fucking. It's not the fucking radio. You're on a
Serious.
telegram.
Come on.
You're on the telegram.
I'm on the Taliban.
You're on the it's a telegram. It's a telegram. You're on. Jenna is actually
Okay, I'm
literally
done.
close to
All right.
peeing herself.
All right, I have to.
Okay, no,
I have
I'm
to
going
put
to
in-
keep on going because Jenna's kind of
All right.
peeing right now.
No.
We don't have to end it at any time. I'm
I-
going to have to pee eventually
I
because I
have
drank so much of this
to
fucking
put
beer.
in the correction because when I was talking about my mom's belly drum a couple weeks ago, she texted me. She called me a dumbass, and then she said it was fucking hilarious. But my drum was called the Doombeck drum, not the Boone Tech drum. So I said it wrong, and I have to correct myself.
Oh,
yes, mother.
Doomback.
The
And
Doombeck.
dumbass. Tommy. It was perfect timing. Oh, thank you, Gloria.
The other
thank
thing,
you.
The other thing is
she listening right now?
Yeah,
She's
I'm,
listening, right?
I'm sure she's listening. Although mother,
Turn up the hearing aid.
mother, she doesn't have hearing aids.
Okay, I'm just
she
kidding.
just wears readers.
Okay, don't do
It's
it.
her eyes, not
Are
her
you, is
ears.
she dressed?
Who knows?
Okay.
Also,
Don't listen naked.
she is finding you a pair of harem pants, and
not
she
gonna-
is harem pants. That's what
Pull-ups.
male. That's what
Oh, you.
male belly dancers
Belly
wear,
dance pants?
and she's going to send them to you. So once you have the harem pants, I am supposed to teach you the dance and take a video, and she wants pictures. So you will be exposed as soon as she sends the harem.
You know
pants.
what? I was pretending to think about it, but I'm going to do it because obviously I've exposed myself to
Yes.
ridicule.
You also said you looked good dressed in high heels.
Now, mom
I didn't
also
say that.
Yeah, one of the ones you said you went to a wedding or something in a dress.
No, I did not. I dressed up
Even
like
when
a
you were
bride
out
during
there,
during a Christmas party, but
Okay.
I wore a beard and I did not wear a high heels and I did not look good because I had the beard. I am not an attractive woman. Oh, wait a second. Tyler, you got the exact opposite message. I do not
Right?
look. I am not an attractive woman. I'm barely an
You don't
attractive
tuck your
man.
wiener down between your legs and
He-
dance in front of the mirror.
I think he uses a piece of duct tape to hold that sucker back. Yes,
Hey,
it
do you
puts
want to
lotion.
fuck me? Do you want
It
to
puts lotion on
fuck
its
me? He gets a real deep one. You want to fuck me? Oh, he tucks it in. Yeah, no, I don't want to. Trust me. I'm not interested.
Mom says, "How do I get it live?" Go to the thing is what I'm going
Well,
to
go
say.
to any bar and just ask a
She's
guy
talking about you
to give it to you.
'Cause we're talking about-
WNBC.
WNBC.
Go to K-Rock.
No.
Huh?
If you want to get it live, you got to go and get a horny young fella to come and be ready for you, Gloria. You can do it. You can do
You
it.
can do it.
Hey, listen. All night long.
no.
Here
Oh,
we
yes.
go.
All right,
hey,
so-
listen. If you follow us on Spreaker, you would get it on
Follow
live.
us on the Spreaker.
So, Mom is going to send you harem pants. She's trying to find the tallest ones possible because she knows that you're, a slightly Amazonian compared to the rest
I'm
of us.
not Amazonian.
Compared to our 4-foot ass.
Okay, well, yes.
Right. Like,
Okay, well,
hopefully you
listen.
don't, come up here look like
we
little-
are at an hour. We did an hour live show.
Right. We did. We really did.
No pee breaks.
pee
I'm
breaks.
ready. I'm ready to go. Pee in your face, Tom. I'm going to pee in your face right now. I swear to God, I will pee in your face. No, I will not pee in your face. I want to thank you, Tommy.
I
for
know,
coming on
right?
the show.
The whole neighbors.
I want to thank
That's
Tommy
payback
for coming out.
for the.
It sounded kind of fun. I know, we said it, and they're going to hear. Everyone heard it on the
Let
show.
them.
If I'm ever
Yes!
with you in a
Let 'em.
stall,
Fuck
just-
you.
Yeah, there's a for sale
Fuck
sign in
you.
the yard for a reason.
Oh, my God. How dare you judge me?
Meh.
Dare you judge me?
Well, we'll judge
Tom,
you when I
speak.
see you dance in your hair and pants.
I will. Speak, Tommy. Okay. Jenna, what do you have to say?
I
We had an
just
hour.
have to say good night and let Jim take a pee break. And don't forget to play the music as we exit.
Oh, I'm going to do it right now.
Okay.
I'm going to do both of it. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it.
He just has to hit the button.
Fucking doing it, man.
Like,
I'm doing it.
He's
I'm doing
He's
it.
doing it.